Hey guys, Mike Henry, Master Plumber and Rheem National Technical Trainer.
Tim House, Master Plumber and Rheem National Technical Trainer.
So we're here today and we're going to do three things. We're going to do what's called a draw test, and we're going to show you how to do that.
And we're going to showcase our tank booster and show you how to turbo boost your water heater.
So what exactly is a draw test?
A draw test. So you would think a 50-gallon heater would have 50 gallons of water, correct?
Well, it probably does have 50 gallons of water, but am I going to get 50 gallons of hot water out of it?
Well, you got to count for the water coming into the heater, cooling off your reserve. So a draw test for tanks is how to determine if it's giving you enough water. Ideally, 70% of your tank capacity is what you should get out of any tank heater.
So a 50 gallon would give me about 35 gallons, but we've got a 38 gallon.
38 gallon.
So we're looking to get a what, 26 and a half gallons?
26 and a half gallons. We're hoping with the tank booster that we're going to get closer to the 50 gallon of 35 gallons.
So we've got the booster set to come on at 115 degrees. As you can see, the booster is integrated onto the water heater. But we've got it set to come on at 115 degrees. So if we go through some functionality here, this is just our setting and the model version of this thing. Load, 0. Load is going to be the actual percentage that the water booster is on. So we're going to actually cycle through a couple times and we'll see this load go from 0 to 100%, which means it's turning on the heating element. We'll see that percentage continue to climb up as we're using more and more of that heating element. But right now the booster is off because we're not using it. Intake temperature, what's coming out of the tank is 117 degrees. So we started with 120. We're down to about 117 degrees. What's leaving this water heater booster is 117 degrees. So it's really not doing anything. Again, it hasn't come on. It hasn't got down to its 115 degree threshold. Flow rate, we're looking at just over 3.1, 3.2 gallons per minute. Might just dump it right into the floor sink. You're gonna get wet. All right, bucket number 2. We're still looking at right at just over 3 gallons a minute flow rate. Your typical shower head is going to be 2.5 gallons a minute, but about 70 to 75% of that is going to be hot water. So you're really 1.5 gallons or so, maybe up to 2 gallons on a normal shower head. So this is a pretty heavy flow rate for a water heater to keep up with. And load still showing 0. Inlet temperature still showing 117. Flow rate same. We've got the valve wide open. So that'd probably be the equivalent of somebody taking a shower while the dishwasher's filling up. So we're showing it 116 coming out of the tank now. So we're getting down there, getting ready for this booster to come on.
Bucket 2.
Bucket 2, that's 10 gallons.
When you say the tank booster would take a 55 gallon heater to 80 gallon?
Something like that. So we can figure about 45 to 50% more. So if we got a 38 gallon, what is that, 19, 38, 19, 57 we should get. So still showing 116 coming out of the tank, and we're almost to our fill line. So
bucket number 3.
Bucket number 3, 15 gallons. All right, we're starting to fill up bucket number 4, and what we got coming out of the tank is down to 116, so we're getting pretty close.
Does the tank booster have to be attached directly to the heater?
Not exactly. We recommend that you get it as close as possible, because once you start leaving your heater, even if you insulate these pipes, you're losing heat. We want that water coming into the booster as close as it could be to what's coming out of the tank.
So does this white cord, where's it come from?
So out of the box, this water heater booster is going to come out of the box with this cord in the box. It's not going to be attached. The plumber in the field will have to attach it. The cord that comes out of the wall at the customer's house that goes into the water heater would be disconnected after the power is turned off. And that cord is now going to go into the booster. And if we take the lid off this, we'll make our connections with this 240 volt 30 amp service inside of the box. This cable that comes with it would have to be also connected in the box, and it will tell you where to connect it. And then it's going to be ran back to the tank And this becomes the interceptor for the power. This is a switcher, and this is what's going to decide when to turn this on or turn it off. Turn this off to turn itself on. So,
will this ever run the same time?
no, they can't run at the same time. So that is 4 buckets, that's 20 gallons, and the booster still hasn't come on. Now we were looking at 26.5 gallons or so to get down from 120 down to 100 degrees. But the booster's going to come on before we get there, so we won't see that number, but we want to see total gallons before the temperature in this bucket gets down to 100 degrees. So we'll keep going. We're starting on bucket number 5. So we're showing 115 inlet temperature. So that's bucket number 5, that's 25 gallons.
I'm at 116 degrees here.
So load has gone back to 0, which means this has turned the heating element back off and turned this tank back on. We could simulate that or represent that as someone stopping their shower, and now somebody's fixing to get back in to take the next shower. So again, we're set to come on at 115, and our inlet coming out of the tank has dropped down to 113. If we go back to our load, we're showing that we're using 22, 30. That's a percentage of how much this heating element can operate. Flow rate, again, still 31. The unit is on, and the tank
is off.
Again, this heating element and these heating elements cannot be on at the same time. Still showing set point of 115. Our load, we're at 100%. So that heating element is fully on. And we're showing 94 degrees coming out of this tank. Dropped quite a bit of heat. Remember, while we're pulling hot water out, we're putting cold water in. So we're mixing the temperature of this tank water pretty significantly.
Does the groundwater temperature differ in the United States?
Absolutely. Here in Georgia, it's not going to be quite the same as it would be in, say, Minnesota. So, of course, that could vary between February and August also. So that's definitely going to change things. So that's bucket number 6. That's 30 gallons. What's our thermometer say in the bucket, Tim?
I've got 111 degrees.
So we're still above that 110 degree threshold. So we're at 30 gallons. Which means where we should have ran out of hot water or dropped below that 100 degrees at 26.5 degrees, we just used 30 gallons and we're still able to produce at least 101 degree water temperature. Out of the tank, we've got 92 degree water, and we're still showing that this is delivering 105 degree water, so we're lining up pretty good. That's about a good temperature range for a shower, but remember your shower valve is also mixing hot and cold water. So you're probably in the shower at this point adjusting the knob because you're starting to go from a hot to a warm, maybe to a cool shower. Our inlet, again, it's dropped down to 88 degrees. So this heating element is taking, as fast as that water is flowing through there, 3 gallons a minute, it's taking it from 88 degrees up to 105 degrees. So that's a pretty powerful little heating element.
The bucket number 7, we're at 104.4 degrees. We've capped out to where a 50-gallon heater would be.
That's 35 gallons. That's what the equivalent of a 50-gallon should give us. 70% of 50 gallons would be 35 gallons. So since there's no flow rate, the booster has turned itself back off, turned this water heater back on, and it should be going back through its normal heating cycle. But as soon as it sees a flow rate, it's going to come back on again. And again, it's going to take this inlet temperature and put however much energy to that heating element to make up the differential.
Is there anything coming out of that?
Hey. We've got 115 set point. Our inlet temperature jumped up to 87, so it's picked up a little bit of temperature while Tim was dumping. Outlet temperature, we're still delivering 95, 98. It's going up, so our heating element is it's at 100% capacity, and that temperature is jumping up. It's taking a minute for that thermistor to actually draw that temperature and tell the control board what it is. But it's showing 102. Looks like it's leveled out about 102 of what it's delivering. Is your thermometer in the bucket showing similar?
101.5.
Okay, and that's what it says here, 101. So we're still above 100 degrees, but not by much. It's still showing 99 leaving here, which again, that's 99 to 100 degrees. Our draw test officially would end it at 100 degrees.
So 99.99.
We got another 5-gallon bucket out of the test, basically, which means that again, a 3.1 flow rate, that's definitely more than one shower. That's possibly 2 showers.
Right. We went from 26.5 gallon capacity all the way up to 40 gallons. We exceeded a 50-gallon tank by another 5 gallons.
Very good. I think we'd call that a success.